Hi everybody, this is Jack from Long Walk Ministry. One more video. I'm doing a little series on miracles of my family that I have seen. It's a testimony of Jesus that I'm honored to tell. I just told a testimony about my brother and his salvation. And that was in, Christmas 2017. So Christmas 2017. My brother dies, and we have his funeral on my wife's birthday, January 9th. And my dad had just had cancer surgery on the back of his head removed, and he had a huge, ugly, open wound. And he's at my brother's funeral, and he's at his son's funeral. Horrible to go through. And then after, if that wasn't enough, a handful of months later, my dad got diagnosed with lung cancer, stage 4 lung cancer, because the cancer in his skin had metastasized in his lungs. So I'm thinking, this is just, I said, Lord, you're really testing us. It was a horrible time. I mean, a week before my brother died, my partner, his daughter shot herself. And my wife and I ran to the hospital, it was like 2 in the morning, and just, that was horrible. And then a week later, my brother dies. Well, my partner's daughter's funeral was on the same day as my brother's, so we weren't able to go to it. We went and said hi and paid our condolences, and then ran over to my brother's. It was in the same town. So now, several months later, my dad is diagnosed with lung cancer, stage 4. And I'm like, Lord, you're really testing us. And I'm like, okay, whatever you want, we're gonna bear through it as a family. And my dad was scared too, obviously. And I went to the doctors with him, and they were discussing his treatments, and he was going to do immunotherapy. And he talked to the doctor about his therapy, and we got back to the car, and he tells me, I'm scared. And my dad's not born again, but I've been talking to him, and he reads his Bible now, he prays, he's grateful, he still, stumbles every now and then like we all do, but he's not the man he was. And I see God working in him. So back then, I told him my testimony about how I quit chewing tobacco. And I gave that testimony in another video. But basically, I told God, I said, I'm not going to put this in my mouth. If you can take away the cravings and the withdrawals. I said, Dad, why don't you do this? Why don't you tell God that you're scared? You're afraid to go through this. I said, but tell him you will go through it if he can take the fear away. And I got a message. So my dad said, okay, I will. And we said a prayer right there in the car. I said, you keep concentrating on that. And he went through not even I don't even know what a round is. He went through like not even half his treatments, which were like three treatments. I think he had a course of 6 or whatever. I'm not really sure. And then he got really sick. He got lethargic. He couldn't get out of bed. He wasn't eating. He lives alone. And he was pretty much couldn't get out of the same bed my brother was in, because my dad couldn't get to his own bedroom. He's sleeping in my brother's old bed, and he's in the same condition. And I'm just, if this is horrible. He's going to end up dying in the same bed my brother basically died in. So we got him to the hospital, and come to find out, he had an arrhythmia in his heart. His heart wasn't beating right. Stayed in the hospital, I think, for 10 days. We thought he was going to die. A lot of prayers. Come to find out, he did get out of the hospital. And then he went back to the lung doctor. And the lung doctor checked him out, did a CAT scan. And the CAT scan, the doctor looked at it and said, "You have no more cancer. It's gone. There's no sign of any metastatic cancer. The malignancy's gone." And I'm like, "That's great. I told you." I said, "God healed you." And my dad's like, he couldn't believe it. He's like, "Did he?" I'm like, "Of course he did. I told you he would. He'd help you through it." My dad wasn't asking to be cured. He's just asking for strength to go through it. But he healed him. And then, he's still dealing with a heart issue with medication, and that's kind of an up and down thing, but he's 1,000 times better than he was. And he went back to get a checkup 6 months after that, and he was like scared again. He goes, "What if it comes back?" And I look at him, I said, "What are you talking about? It's not going to come back." He goes, "Well, you don't know that." I said, "Well, when God heals you, you don't get sick again." And he's like, "Okay." His walk is a lot shorter than mine in Christ. And so I'm like, "You're healed. Don't worry about it. Worry about your heart." And he's been cancer free ever since. So I just wanted to say that. Give God the praise and the glory for all these healings in my family and how he's worked with my family. I praise you, God, and I thank you. I kind of hope this gives you guys a cheerful note on this, all this COVID business going on and all this stuff. So I hope it gives you, joy in the heart, and just, if you don't know Christ, introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself. He's waiting for you. He puts us through these times right now so we could call out to him and come to him, so he could show you who he is, because he wants you in the kingdom. He loves you. So introduce yourself. Give your life to him. Learn how to walk with him, because it takes a while to learn how to walk with Christ. It's like giving all your cares and all the things you can't handle to him and allowing him to handle them. Don't wait till it gets serious before you surrender. Do it now. Do it on your own. And do it slowly. You will not be disappointed. It's going to be a struggle. But you have him. You have him. So, God bless you guys. I love you. Anything else, I will let you guys know. Talk to you guys later. Bye.